Hello and welcome to AOS-CX 1013 update on CX feature packs. This is chapter 2 of this series under which we will be talking about CX subscription management with Aruba Central. Before jumping directly to the topic, let us first look at some associated terminologies and what each of them really means. So in context to feature pack, provisioning refers to the process of allowing customers to plan or organize their subscriptions under desired subscription pools before activation. Next is the feature pack installation, which is the process of installing subscription file on CX switch. Feature pack activation refers to the process of starting the subscription term for an acquired feature pack. Please note that activating a feature pack is not same as installing it. So a feature pack can be activated at times, but it may not be necessarily be installed on a switch. Now, once a feature pack is installed on the switch, system starts to monitor subscription status and accordingly regulate feature functionality. This process is known as feature pack enforcement. Another two most common terms used in context of feature pack are node locked and floating. So in case of node locked, a feature pack is installed manually using local mode, whereas in case of floating, feature pack is installed automatically using cloud mode. These terms are more frequently used when we use LMS server for your subscription management. This is going to be covered in upcoming sessions when we talk about LMS and its use cases. Talking in terms of a subscription can either be active, inactive, or in honor mode, depending on whether the feature pack is installed, not installed, or has faced some issues. In context to a feature can either be allowed or blocked. In case of allowed, the feature will be functional, whereas in case of blocked, feature will not be functional and will require a valid feature pack to be functional. So now coming back to the topic, let us look at how CX feature pack management is done when switch is managed by Aruba Central. As many of you might be knowing that Aruba Central has its own set of subscriptions. So when a user has a switch managed by Aruba Central with an active license, there is absolutely no need to purchase any additional CX feature packs. All the CX advanced feature will be enabled and available to the users. To be noted that CX 10,000 does not follow this criteria and a subscription is must for it. In case Aruba Central has been enabled on the switch, it takes precedence over any management mode enabled on the switch for CX subscription. So for instance, you have a switch that has been configured with cloud management mode and Central is enabled on that switch. In that case, Central subscription will be considered as the source of truth for subscription management. So Aruba Central Advanced Subscription tier includes the support for all CX advanced features included in CX Advanced Feature Pack. Now let us discuss about the user scenarios for Aruba Central managed switches and how switch is going to behave under each condition. First one is the case in which a switch is running on 1011 or 1012 and connected to Central with a valid subscription. As this is 1011 and 1012, there is no subscription infra on the CX switch. Hence, advanced CX features such as ARC, ABP, or containers can be enabled and will be fully functional without any enforcement. Under next case, a switch is running on 1011 or 1012 and connected to Central with a valid license. Then, user upgrades to 1013. Before 1013 upgrade, pre-existing advanced features that were configured, such as ARC or ABP or containers, were enabled and were functional. Now, after 1013 upgrade, CX advanced features, both pre-existing that were configured before update and the newly configured features will be allowed in active mode since you have a valid license attached for Central. Talking about the third case, a new switch running on 1013 and connected to central without a valid attached central subscription. As this is a new switch in 1013, advanced CX features such as ARC, ABP, WAN-MACsec, reflexive policy, and containers will be initially blocked before central is connected. On successful connection with central, all advanced features will be allowed in honor mode. To use these features in active mode, users should buy a central advanced subscription. So what are the required conditions to get valid subscription on CX switch via Aruba Central? First, switch must have a central connection and central should be enabled in the switch configuration. Also, switch must be onboarded and assigned to the central application in HPE GreenLake. At the same time, a valid central license must be assigned in GreenLake. If all the above conditions are true, CX switch will reflect feature pack state as subscription through Aruba Central is connected, following which all the advanced features will be allowed and subscription will move to active mode. It's worth noting that even though subscription is now managed by Aruba Central, feature pack management mode will still reflect mode as file-based, which even though is visible but has no impact in terms of management. Central will still hold the authority of subscription management. Now, what if a switch managed by Aruba Central loses its connection to Central? How will it impact your subscription on the switch? In that case, subscription will move from active mode to honor mode and the features will be operational with warnings. At the same time, feature state will be reflected as subscription through Aruba Central is disconnected. There are other similar scenarios where a switch may reflect similar states, which includes switch is connected to Central, but no valid Central subscription is applied in HPE GreenLake. Or initially, a switch was connected to Central, but then user disabled Central on the switch via CLI. Or the Central license has been expired or removed. In all of these cases, switch will reflect same state and move to honor mode. Another case which has similar impact on the switch is when user wants to upgrade or downgrade the central license. During transition state, advanced features will be operational in honor mode. It should be noted that in none of the cases for central managed switches, strict enforcement will be done or advanced features will be blocked. Now, so far, we have seen the different deployment scenarios in case of a switch which is managed by Aruba Central and how the subscription is going to behave. It is now time to understand what happens when you transit between each state to different deployment state. First is the switch running on 1010 and is managed by Aruba Central. Since this is 1010, there are no advanced CX features available and hence there is no requirement for subscription management. Next is a case where there is a new switch running on 1011 or 1012 and is managed by Aruba Central. Now, since this is 1011 or 1012, the advanced features are only restricted to ARC, ABP, or containers. Now, user has two options. The first one is to upgrade to 1013 or above, under which the switch will behave as a new switch running in 1013 and is managed by Aruba Central. In other case, as there is no enforcement done for advanced features in 1012, 11 or 1012. So when a user enables the CX advanced features, they will be active and will be functionally enabled. Now user has an option to upgrade to CX 1013. It should be pointed out that in this case, a valid central license has been already applied to Aruba Central. So once the user upgrades to CX 1013, as discussed in above slides as well, the features will continue to run in active mode without any hindrance. Coming to the new switch running on 1013, if a user thinks to downgrade a switch, they will move back to a new switch condition in 1012. Another scenario is that user brings the new switch in 1013 and central is not yet connected. under which case all the advanced features which are available, which includes all the pre-existing features that were available in 10.11 and 10.12, and the new added advanced features in 10.13 will be disabled initially. Now, this does not stop users from enabling it via CLI, but even if the user enables these features, functionally these features will still be disabled. So after that, the switch is connected to central, which is having a central advanced license. And now if a user enables his advanced features, all the advanced features will be functionally enabled and will be operational. And the scenario is that the switch then is connected to central, but there is no valid license applied to central application. Now in this case, once again, before connecting to central, all the advanced features were functionally disabled and the subscription was in inactive mode. Now, once the switch is connected to central with no active license, the subscription will move to honor mode and all the features will get to be functionally enabled. Now, since this is honor mode, user needs to have an active license applied to the central application so that these features can be used in active mode. Another case is when the advanced features are active and are running, and during this case, due to some scenario, the central get disconnected. In this case, all the advanced features will be operational but in honor mode. Another similar case is when the user disables the central on the switch via CLI. In this case also, after some time, all the advanced features will be operational, but your subscription will move to honor mode. So this is how a switch connected to Aruba Central behaves in different scenarios of subscription management. So with this, we come to an end of this session. We'll meet again in the next session in which we'll be talking about AOS-CX feature pack infrastructure, which includes ASP, Aruba Support Portal, and the CX switch itself. So thank you.